Hello everyone and welcome back to Talking with Teresa. I am Teresa. I wanted to do a quick little impromptu video taking questions from my DM on IG and answering them on my YouTube page. I get lots of questions all the time and I feel like today would be a good opportunity just to answer a couple of them online. So, on YouTube. I'm going to be looking from here to here while I still get used to talking on the camera because this is just not my thing. So let's go ahead and jump into it. I'm going to try to keep the video under 10 minutes. So forgive me if I kind of ramble through the questions and hopefully I get some really good questions. Most of the time I do. All right. So my first question comes from Lacie. And Lacie said she is experiencing digestive issues. What can she take to naturally heal the digestive issues, and what could be the underlying cause of the digestive issues? So this is good because digestion is something that I struggle with too. The underlying cause of most digestive issues is just being able to deal with life, knowing how to let things go at the appropriate time. Not mulling over things in your head, not holding on to shit, literally, like holding on to shit in your body. That's what happens in your digestive tract. You're holding on to things, you're not letting go. Naturally, what I use for my digestion is turmeric. I use a turmeric tea with coconut oil and black pepper. I do a lot of yoga and I work on just releasing that area. I also do a little pop and twerking to kind of shake it and like gyrate that area just to get it loose. And when you need to go to the bathroom, it's important like not to hold your shit. Just go ahead and go and let the body just release and flow. Other issues could be things that come up. I don't know if you're a spiritual person or whatever your background is, but it could be past life things that are coming forward or ancestor things that are coming forward, and that could also be causing you to have digestive issues. It could be a host of things, but that's something we would have to talk about one-on-one. We could do a little meditation and then we could really see what's going on with you. All right, good question. All right, so the next one and this one is kind of this one comes from Michael, a very good friend of mine, and his question is phone sex or masturbation dangerous to our spirituality? This question is kind of like a double-headed sword. Is that how you say it? Double-edged sword? Yeah. So give me a second with this one because I really want to process and answer this the best way that I can, because it's different levels to sexuality and it's different levels to spirituality. So on a very low level of masturbation and phone sex, you already have things feeding off of you. You just don't know that it's feeding off of you. Sexual entities like incubi or succulents love to come and just feed off of that energy. And whether you're aware of it or not, it's there. And that's just, what it is. A lot of us are what they call food, energetic food. And you have these higher level entities, not high up as in like an archangel, but high in a sense of higher than a lower being. And they're just feeding and sucking the life out of you and you don't even know. However, the thing with sexuality, it is so much healing in just releasing that. But if you're not protecting and grounding yourself, and if you're not aware of what's around you, you open yourself up to things that really are feeding off of you. And not only that, because you may be a source of food for them, they will trigger you to go and masturbate or trigger you to have phone sex with someone, and you don't even know. You think that it's an original thought, and it's not an original thought. It's coming from something that wants to feed. Okay. Also with that, especially with men, your life force is in your semen. It's in your sperm. And when you are constantly dumping sperm, you are, in a sense, you're kind of killing yourself. You're just dumping out life force aimlessly. The goal for a man is to take the semen, and instead of letting it out, pushing that energy back up through your body to where you're still having the orgasm. You still get that whole feeling. You're just not pushing anything out. For women, it's different. We lose life force energy when we have our menstruation. So the goal for a woman is just to lessen the time that you're on your menstruation or whatever. Phone sex. So the double edge of it is that, again, it's a healing in it, because the body can use that electricity that it's producing to heal. But that's only if you're skilled enough to know how to shoot and send the energy. But if you're not skilled enough to know that, and most people are not, because we don't study sex, we just go and have sex, you know, very low level sex. So when you get into tantra and spiritual sex, is very different. But anyway, so the positive side is you can heal yourself. The negative side is that you're probably opening the door to something feeding off of you, and because you can't see it or you don't realize that it's around you, it's just feeding off of you. Okay? Hope that answered your question, Michael. That was a good one. I can't believe you asked me that. So I may do one or two more, because I want to keep the video super short, because YouTube be tripping sometimes. The cameraman is telling me I have 5 minutes. All right, so I'm gonna do a quick one. Brandy is asking me about my skincare. She said on my last video, when I had the camera like all in my face, and my friend said nobody wanted to see my big head, but anyway, I had the camera all in my face. She said she noticed that my skin was really clear, and what did I use? So I really don't use anything, just really water and a clean towel. Every day I change my towel. I never use the same towel twice. Not even a dry cloth. Every day I get a fresh towel. When I am doing some type of skincare, which may be once a month, once a week, I'll take aloe vera, just a fresh aloe vera plant, and put it on my skin at night, and then I'll sleep with it. Sometimes I'll forget about it and have it on the next day, like the whole day, until I wash my face or until I take a shower. And then I just started using this stuff called crystal butter, and it is absolutely amazing. I get it from Spain, and the lady, she takes ground up crystals, selenite, and a couple of other ones, I don't know, and she mixes it with cocoa butter, coconut oil, and she makes like a little bitty jar, and it's the most wonderful, beautiful thing that I've ever experienced in my life. So that's pretty much all I use on my face, and I don't do that every day. Generally, it's just water and shea butter. How much time I got? Okay, so I just want to check the time, because you know y'all attention span is short. Y'all don't have like a lot of attention. So this next question is about, I'm gonna just call it the language of God, or the language of the universe. All right, this one is coming from Crystal. So when we get into language and spirituality, and I'm keeping it short just for time, the language that you use open you up to wonderful things and not so wonderful things. So if you're a person that uses the word God, or you say Jesus, then on your highway or on your path, you're only really dealing with God, Jesus, and the devil. Okay? That's it. And so, you know, you pray, you say your Bible verse, you kick the devil butt, and you go on with your life. If you are a person that says, oh, I'm a light worker, and I'm in the universe, and I'm doing all of this healing work, then you open yourself up to the universe. And within the universe, it's a whole bunch of stuff. You open yourself up to, number one, energy. And energy is everywhere, and it's always changing forms. It never dies. It just changes, it transforms, or whatever. Excuse me, I stuttered. You also open yourself up to celestial beings. And if they want to come and pay that ass a visit, they'll come and pay that ass a visit and wake you up. You were like, oh, what's at the foot of my bed? If you are a person that does Ifa, you open yourself up a lot to the ancestors, and where you're sharing space with the ancestors. And not only are you sharing space with the ancestors, you're then agreeing to share your body with them. You're agreeing to share your experience with them. You're agreeing to share sex with them. You are agreeing to do a lot of things when you talk about the ancestors. So using your language is key. And also too, another thing about language is, and I'm going to tie this other question together, because someone asks about, the discernment of how does God answer a prayer, discernment of how God's answer a prayer. So the thing about God, or the all, or source, I use all of those words, it's your language that you use. And source, or God, doesn't distinguish between, and this is the other question, distinguish between what's a joke and what's serious. So if every day you're like, girl, you're going to get hit by a car, you keep doing that and you say it over and over again, and you're building momentum on those words, then the likelihood of that manifesting is really high. Going back to the premise was language. If you don't want to open yourself up to certain things, and if you don't want to deal with certain things, then you really have to watch your language. You have to watch the books you read. You have to watch the movies that you introduce your soul to, because you open yourself up to those things. And I think I have about a minute left, right? I'm trying to squeeze in one more question.